What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kinshu Gaming. Today we have Hammer Station. This will be another video added into our 100% completion series. I think this is our fourth video, I believe. Our 100% completion series. If you haven't seen any of our past videos, which I recommend, please go take a look at. Pretty much is our heroics, our flashpoints, our bonuses, datacrons, all that good stuff. Just 100% completion all the way through the story. And we are including the flashpoints, like I said. But yeah, today we have Hammer Station. We're going to get Hammer Station out of the way. This is our second flashpoint. We are grouped up this time. This is on veteran mode. We will go ahead and run through everything really quick. Shouldn't take that long, maybe about 15-20 minutes. So, I started playing Star Wars when I was about 17. And I'm 27 now. Almost 10 years. And let's see. I guess it was more toward the end, because Star Wars came out in December. My birthday's in December, so probably 9.5 years, give or take. And pretty much, I used to be a huge PvP player back in the day. That's all I did. Like 2 years of nothing but PvP. This was, I stopped around when the War Hero gear came out, and if you're an old school player like myself, you know exactly when that time was, as we group up and kite these guys. So that was the last big time I was like really into PvP. It's changed a lot now. I don't even think you can get into 8-man war zones anymore. I think it's just 4-man 4v4 war zones, which really just disinterests me a lot. I hate the 4v4 war zones. But I recently just got back into Star Wars, maybe about, I don't know, 5-6 months ago. Maybe a little less, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and the PvP scene is not the same anymore. It's a very small portion of players in the community that play PvP, and for the ones that are like really serious about it, with the PvP guilds that are dedicated to it, it's very small. It's very small. This game is more solo and PvE style now. And, which, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. As my teammate almost dies here. But there is nothing wrong with that. You know, people enjoy what they're going to enjoy. And if PvP and solo play, I mean PvE and solo play is what they enjoy, then that's what they enjoy. As I digress. The thing is that PvP players, it takes a long time for the queue to pop. So, what I'm trying to get at is that I'm not really a PvP player anymore. This game has turned into PvE solo, and I am thoroughly enjoying that part of the game, to be honest, because I never really got to enjoy it when I was younger. When I was 17, 18, it was all about PvP and just dominating the other team. And I had really fond memories of those times. It was great times. I wasn't the best, but I certainly wasn't the worst. When my guild, my ex-guild, and, you know, I queued up, you know, it's not like we were losing all our battles. No, it was about half and half. We'd queue up rank and win some, we'd lose some. And, you know, it was fun times. and I do in fact miss the PvP, but it's gotten to the point where this game is just PvE, and I am really enjoying that aspect. I do have the legendary player icon, and that's when you know, you complete all 8 story missions for the classes to level 50, and you get the special legendary icon. Well, I cheated my way. Well, I wouldn't say cheated, but kind of cheated. Cheated in terms of not watching the story. I would skip through the story and have someone run me through everything. And someone that was a higher level back then, because back then levels actually mattered. There was no, oh, you're you know, 13, but you're going to a planet that you're supposed to be like 32. Oh, we'll just bump you up to 32 while you're there. There was none of that back then. Back then it was your level and that was it. If you're level 18 going to a level 32 planet, you were a level 18 going to a level 32 planet, period. And so I cheated most of my way through there. I would pay people, but I also had a family member that was always on, very dedicated to the game, and he ran me through a lot of the story missions. You know, sometimes I'd be only like level 34 and I already completed the level 50 story. That's just how fast we were just, you know, we were just going through it as we defeat this boss. Let me pause on a second for the story thing really quick. I just want to mention that this boss in hard mode, if the healer doesn't know how to cleanse you after 5 stacks of what the robot puts on you, then everyone is dead. I just want to throw that out there really quick. But yeah, so I was getting leveled up like crazy to level 34, but I'd be done with the story. So that's how I got the legendary icon. What I'm trying to get at is that I never got to really enjoy the story. I think the only one I played and like really paid attention to and didn't skip all the way through was the Sith Warrior class. That was it. The others I skipped all the way through, didn't even listen to anything about the story. From Tython to Corellia, from Dromeda's to Corellia, skipped through all of it. So now I'm a little bit older, I have more patience now. I'm loving the Sith Sorcerer story. I'm loving it. You know, I'm playing by our videos that we do. I'm watching, listening to all the story, and so far, like, I've never played the Sith Source story. Listening to it, BioWare, I've never realized how good the story was until I started listening to it, doing these videos. And BioWare has done such a phenomenal job with the storytelling they do in this game. Amazing. It makes you really feel like you're a part of the Star Wars universe. Like, you have choices, bad, good, and we've already seen some of our choices affect later on in our game. And I'm sure more choices like that will come. And so it's just a joy to see the storytelling. At the age I am now, I can really just appreciate it. Sit back and just appreciate a good story. Just like most other players now. I'm in a guild. We've known each other probably for about a year now. And literally, I don't think we've ever like really grouped up to do anything. Okay, let me take it back just a little bit. I'm in a guild of about like 13 people. For like a year, we've been in a guild of 13 people, and it is literally a guild that just talks about story. Like, I was like, why are you guys talking about now? You might be asking, well, why are you in a guild with 13 people and you didn't really play much of the story? Well, it's a long story on that, but we left another guild and then we tried to create our own, didn't turn out, blah blah blah. So anyways, here we are a year later, and they got me into this story stuff, and I'm like, I'm actually gonna watch a story this time. Like, the way they make it sound when they play the story, and the different interactions they have, the different choices, the way they make it sounds really amazing. Like, So this is what I'm doing. I'm making my own choices. I'm thinking of like, I wonder what my character would actually do in this situation. And I'm loving it. I'm loving every single bit of it. And not to mention, I get to share my experience with you guys, and that's even better. So it's just a fun time as we're here on the second boss of Hammer Station. Always for this boss, make sure you focus the one in the back left corner, and then it'll be the back right corner, and then the main boss himself. If you're playing in hard mode, that is, anyways. In veteran, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, the story is just amazing. I love the story. I want to get into the Swtor class because I never really played the Swtor class a whole lot. Like I said, I got it to, completed 50 so I can get the legendary icon. And I never really got to play a whole lot of the class itself. Now, I'm a huge Jedi Sage main. Obviously, they're the exact same thing, just different ability icons. They're the exact same thing. But just seeing the visuals and stuff on the Sith Sorcerer, it feels good. I like the lightning tree, but I do know that the I forget what the tree's called. I think it's called crushing something. The other skill tree where it's you're throwing out damage over time pretty much on everyone. I know that's like really the best DPS way to go because lightning skill tree is more of a single target skill tree with the we'll just call it crushing darkness, but I know that's an ability and it's probably not the skill tree. But with that skill tree, I know you do more damage because you can just throw out dots on everyone and then just hit them with the crushing darkness ability and they're pretty much dead already. But I like the lightning skill tree as we're seeing here because just the visual effects. I like the visuals on it. I like a good visual, pleasing ability tree. It makes me feel more powerful, more involved with the game. As we continue through Hammer Station, we're almost done here. Actually, this is like a really short flashpoint. But I'm really enjoying the Sith Sorcerer. Sorcerer has, or Jedi Sage I should say, has always been my main, like I said. The heals on the Sages, the heals on the Sorcerer, amazing. That's always been my thing, was healing in this game, and the Sage is where it's at when it's healing, at least for me. So this is really my first time doing a Sith Sorcerer, so it's been really fun so far. I mean, who doesn't like this? Look at this. This is lightning. This is lightning that's going on everywhere. I love it. I love it. This is like little mini bosses. We're here at this turret right now. Someone's gonna attack it, please. Anyone? No? Okay, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, but yeah, so I've been enjoying the story a lot, and I want to continue making these videos, doing 100% completions in the series and whatnot. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as me. I'm getting a thrill out of the story, even doing some of the side stories, the story arcs on the planets. Those are pretty interesting too. The one on Dromikos was pretty interesting. But next up is Balmora, and I repeat, I am not a fan of Balmora at all. I try to just do the story, skip the story. What I used to do anyways, just play through the story, skip it, and get off of Balmora as soon as I can and go to Nar Shaddaa, the next planet after Balmora. But I'm kind of interested now because of where the story's taking us. I never listened to the story on Balmora, the story arc either. Never did anything. Never did the heroics or nothing. So maybe my mind will change after maybe giving it a chance, an open mind, and playing it all the way through. Maybe my mind will change a bit. But I just don't like how it's... I know I am a Republic fan. I'm pub side all the way. That is no secret. I just don't like how dark it is on Balmora. And obviously that's what you're gonna get if you're on the Empire side. I get it. But yeah, I just never liked how dark it was. But there is you know, maybe there's a shining light at the end of the tunnel, this dark tunnel that we're gonna go to in Balmora. Maybe I'll actually end up liking the story, just seeing where things progress and where my character might progress. As we're coming up on the very last boss, for this boss in hard mode, make sure you have the boss facing toward the computer panel, and make sure your DPS are on the ads that come out. Right now, there we go. See how our tank just got pushed away onto the computer panel here? Make sure your tank is tanking him exactly how this tank is right now, and then the ads will pop out. Make sure your DPS pay attention to that. How I just, you know, force push them off the ledge. Make sure your DPS are ready for that in hard mode, and just make sure your healer is staying out of the AoE zones on the ground. And this is pretty, honestly, I think the first boss fight is harder than this final boss fight. But as we're swiftly taking this last boss down, I just want to, you know, give final thoughts really quick. If you're a new player, please try this game. This game is wonderful. If you're a Star Wars fan, if you're a young Star Wars fan, if you're like 14, 15, and you're like, man, I just really got into Star Wars because maybe the new generation of movies got you into it. Who knows? And maybe you're more interested in Star Wars. Maybe you're like, well, there's not a lot of Star Wars games out there. Try this game. This game is absolutely fun. It's fun with guildmates. It's fun playing by yourself. As we defeated the last boss here, please try this game. This game is amazing. As we go ahead and wrap this up really quick, just want to say thank you guys for watching. Every viewer that has viewed my channel, every like, every subscriber, it means so much to me. I appreciate it. And we'll go ahead and I think I have to turn this in actually. I'm pretty sure I do have to turn this in. Yeah, I do. It says it right there. Alright, so I'll go turn this in, watch a little cutscene when turning it in. But I want to thank everyone for watching. Our next video will be Balmora. No matter how bad I don't like the planet, we will get through it 100% on everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Lord Malgus, Hammer Station has been destroyed.
I have seen the reports. You faced formidable opposition. The Supreme Warmaster of the Adversar hegemony has offered his life in reparation for his people's misdeeds. The Adversec will never again pose a threat.
Destroy their planets, and I guarantee they won't rise again.
Potential tools need not be destroyed, but it is under consideration. You may also wish to hear that intelligence obtained a Republic superweapon.
Neste ahoje hatal al ala sonak oraban. Folio semisem ugi nezit ki.
It was Republic incompetence, not malice, that resulted in the Adversec's rise to power. There is a lesson in that.
The lesson is that when the next war comes, The Republic doesn't stand a chance.
So long as our own strength is true, you may return to your duties. But know that you have done well. You may be called upon again.